Well, I had a few requests from guys wanting to know how do you replace your interior bulbs on the XF. So I'm going to show you today because some of the bulbs are actually missing on my car's dome light, and I'm going to try and replace them with LEDs. I've actually purchased a few LEDs from Takealot, which is a local kind of like Amazon for South Africa, and I've purchased a set of CAN bus bulbs, and I've also just purchased a normal set. You don't really need CAN bus bulbs for your interior. The car's not going to pick up an issue with that. So let's fit these and see which is the best. I'd like to actually just see whether these ones are any good, but I think the CAN bus ones are probably going to be a little bit brighter because the LEDs are exposed. Looking at the courtesy bulbs underneath the mirrors, we can see they project an orangey yellowy light. I'm first going to start with these and change them to LED, and then we can see what the effect's going to be. Now I'm not going to unplug the mirror. I'm just going to leave it like that, and I'm going to get my screwdriver in that hole. Okay, it's starting to release. What you've got to do is press from the top down. So it's going to be difficult if you're doing it with the mirror on, because I could only get it out with the screwdriver facing down. So now that we have this loose, you can see there's the clip there. You have to press down from the top on this thing because you can see the screwdriver was actually pressing against there. That's not going to help you one bit. You have to press from the top down to get this little tab down there to go in. Right, so we can remove the bulb and put an LED in. Now for this purpose I'm actually going to use these CAN bus ones because as you can see they are quite bright. We have the LEDs on either side, there's no cover on this, and I would actually like the exterior bulbs to be very bright. Take the old one out. Now before we stick it back, let's just test it with a key. The reason you have to test it before you put everything back together is because LEDs are usually, they only have one pole. I'll just get the mirror out the way. Okay, this one is not working, so I need to turn it around, and let's see now. And we have light. What I'm going to do is get it back in its position. Little water cover, just try and get it in back the way it was sitting so that it's happy, and just test it again. Right. So we have a nice white LED light shining there now. So now we can get the mirror back in place. Now, like I told you guys before on my X260 video on how to remove the mirror, it does help if you turn the mirror to its most inward position, in other words facing the door of the car, because then you can actually get your hands in here to remove the glass. And once you have the glass out the way, you can get access to that tab. Now, this mirror is in my way. Just see if we can unclip the lane departure warning. There, that gives me enough room to work. And get the mirror out the way, and then we can press down from above. There we go. It does help if you also grab from underneath, just to pull it out of its position. Right, so now we do the same thing as we did on the other side. Just get the bulb away from the housing, get the bulb out, Get our LED bulb in there. It's difficult to tell which direction the LED bulb really has to go in, and the only thing you can do is by testing it really. So now I'm just going to lock the car and do a test, holding the mirror. You don't want the mirror to get crunched in the door when the mirror is closed. Look, this one's in the wrong way around as well. What are the odds of that? Right, test again. And we have light. Great. So now we can put everything back. I don't know if you guys see this effect that it actually creates on the door. It's quite a cool effect. And then we can get it back in the housing. Before getting your mirror in place, just remember these things with the grease on, they actually help guide your mirror very easily, and they must go behind the actual fitting in which your mirror goes. I just want to get my lane departure warning plugged in again, otherwise that will throw up an error on the car. We don't want that. Now I've got a bit of grease on my hands, so I'm going to get the mirror dirty. Clipped in nicely, and give it a wipe down. So all around, I think a good result there with the mirrors. And now we'll move to the interior of the car. So next we're going to do the dome lights, and right now only this one is working. These do not work because for some reason there's no bulbs in them. I don't know why. The previous owner just, didn't put any bulbs in. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our trim tool in here and very firmly pull out and get it in on this side, and very firmly pull out, and then you should be able to pull it down and slide it out. You'll see there are two tabs that slide in to the front of the car. I just want to show you guys if I can just unplug this. So here we have the whole unit, and these are the bulb holders here, and you just twist. Okay, it's in like that. These two are in at a funny angle. I think it's like 45-degree angle. You just twist it so that it's horizontal and you can pull it out. And as you can see, there is no bulb in here. I actually want to test these bulbs on the interior and not the CAN bus ones, because these have a diffusion cover on which diffuses the light. So I think that would be better for interior. And I'm going to insert one of these bulbs and just see what it looks like and whether they are in fact bright enough, because we don't know that. Now once again, remembering LED bulbs are, they only have one pole, so it depends how we actually get this on the car. So I've got to see whether I've actually done that correctly. So we get it in there and we twist and it's in place. So now I'm going to plug it in and see if it's working. Just turn on the ignition. Okay, that one is working and that one is working. So just to show you, that's the difference between LED and incandescent. But as you can see, this one with the diffused head is actually providing a better light. It's more dispersed than this one. This one's more concentrated in the middle. So I'm going to change the middle one now as well. Wow, it's just dangling there. And these, once again, is, here's an example of the incandescent bulb. It's just a normal T10. And I'm going to put one of these diffused T10s in there. And once again, I don't know if this is the right way around, but we'll soon find out. And we just get it in there and twist. Yep, it's working. We just need to test if we can actually turn off the, we can. So we can actually turn off all the interior lights by holding your finger there for more than 3 seconds, and you can turn them all on again. One flash turns them all on, 2 flashes turns all the interior lights off. So I normally keep mine off because I'm always working on the car and I always have the doors open and I don't want the battery to run down. So now I'm just going to change the final bulb. And once again, I don't know if I've got it in the right way around, but I do, because it's already turning on. So there we go. We now have LED lights on the interior of the car. Now it's as simple as just getting these tabs lined up with the front, and once you have that done, clip it back into place, and you want to hear a nice positive clip and you know it's in place. But we now have our interior lights going, and once again, if we hold our finger there, it will flash twice, and that tells us all the interior lights are on. Now the rear lights are slightly different in that you've got a little tab over there and you've got a little tab over there. You have to remove this cover, the clear cover. You can't pull this out of the roof because you're going to damage your roof, so don't attempt to do that. You can see in the past somebody has in fact tried to do that here, and I only realized that now while I was actually going to do this. But what we got to do is we just got to get a little screwdriver or something in there, and then we can release it from its place by doing that and by doing that. And you can see it's already pulled loose. It's difficult to film in the back of the car, but I just hope I'm showing you guys nicely what to do. And then once you can see it's moving out of the way, get it further out and it will unclip like it has done quite violently there. Now you can see this whole thing is actually coming out. You see? So the glass cover is actually holding it in place, and we can maybe try and see if we can fix that. But now we have access. I'm actually just going to leave this in place. I don't really want this out because all I need is access to the 2 bulbs, and there is the bulb over there. So now I'm just going to put the ignition on and do a test. Yep, they're both working, so I'm happy with that. We can just get the cover back on, put it in like that and clip it in. Just check that they're working. Yep, I'm happy with that. And there you have it. The only light I haven't done is the trunk, and that's because I don't have a festoon LED bulb for it. I think, if memory serves me from my old XF, it was a 43mm festoon bulb, which is one of those long bulbs. It's not a T10, but I will get one of those and I'll show you guys how to do that if you want me to. Comment down below, was this video helpful to you? If it was, I'm glad. That's what these videos are for. I want to thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Cheers. Bye.